Thank you so much. Thanks all panelists to be over here. I think as we talk upon in terms of saying what's technology going to play a role, and there were multiple terms which were being used, saying whether cloud is around the corner, it's going to help us take us where we want to be, or is it some of those more advanced technologies which are coming? I heard robotics being talked in the previous session, so is that something which is coming upon? And the play is huge, and that's the focus for our session, saying that if we have to, and that's what everyone wants to have, a non-linear growth, is technology a key driver behind it? When we look through the entire life cycle of BPO industry in India, it's probably the third cycle through which we're going at this point of time, and it's challenging some of the fundamentals which were thought through in the initial cycles. And is again technology a driver behind it? And we'll get an answer to that through the panel. I think with that, I'll just get started with the panel discussion. And the first and broad question which I want to put across to the panel is that all of us in the entire country is looking forward to good days. And people sitting over here are definitely looking for better days and much, much better days around the corner. What is that which is going to give us those better days? Or if I was to correlate that from a business imperatives, what is that's going to give us that non-linear growth within the BPO world at this point of time? I'll just request Sanjeev if you could bring upon your thoughts from a non-linear growth.
I think the disruption which we are expecting to see is actually happening all around us, right? We are seeing it in different industries, whether it's the Kodaks of the world, whether it's anybody who is providing hotel reservation systems. So the themes are actually absolutely changing. And actually, when people are coming to us now, they're actually looking for folks who can bring that value. It's a combination of technology, process, analytics, all playing out. So it is the point of disruption. It is what our customers expect from us. And you will see this in different form. And what you will see, for example, is new types of services coming up, which may not even be aware of right now, but somebody may say, technology with analytics, here is the new kind of service which a customer needs, which was not available yesterday. So that's the kind of transformation which we are expecting to see, and I believe it's around the corner.
Sure, thanks, Sanjeev. I think I picked up a lot of good points over there, and the one which I really want to build upon is the disruption. And I'll just switch over to Baljinder over here. Baljinder, while Sanjeev talked a lot in terms of the expectations which are coming from the customers, the way the technology is changing this entire world, and I somewhere use the phrase saying that we are in the wave 3 of the BPO model which is going around. What is this wave, and what's the kind of a disruption which the industry is looking forward, and how technology is enabling that? And what's your experience which is coming across from the customer requirements which you're seeing?
Thanks, Atul. From a client's perspective, not so much from a provider's perspective, between the cost that they incur or commensurately the revenue that a provider gets and the FTE effort or the resource effort that you deploy. So I guess that the value that the client is expecting clearly is in the engagement model. It is in the pricing. Outsourcing or offshoring over the years has already made the cost variable. Now is the time to really see much beyond that labor arbitrage. Sure. So what's the demand environment outside in? Clients are saying, can you offer transaction-based pricing? Mm-hmm. Clients are asking, can you demonstrate more skin in the game by having a fair or a larger share of risk in the solutions that you're offering? Yeah. The client's expectation is not so much only that the business processes that the provider is delivering, you have technology in that. But I guess what they're all thinking about is how does the technology intervention shifts all the way to their end. I guess from a provider's end, it makes perfect sense because now we can demonstrate that innovation. We can demonstrate those solutions which have all of these ingredients packaged and hopefully claim a bigger share of wallet for higher end services, which has not been the case in the long past.
Okay, that's very interesting. That's where I want to bring in Rohit from your viewpoint. How are you seeing, because you bring upon a view which is very niche and probably connect with the clients at a very different level vis-a-vis most of the traditional BPO industry players. And probably when it comes on to disruption, you don't have that kind of a legacy behind you, which may hold back. It's not that saying that others are not going through that disruption phase, but probably you have that agility and ability to do it. Are you seeing those trends, and how are you seeing that market shifting at this point of time from the demand side of it?
Sure, but what I think is the biggest thing I'll challenge the group with is that wait and watch that technology will make BPM so much more agile, it'll make it so much more relevant, and it'll make decision making for clients so much more easier. Switching costs will be lower, very, very lower. It's all on the cloud. That's what I like to believe. It's much more adaptive, much more agile. Standards are much more defined because now you're eating off the same infrastructure. So standards are defined, predefined.
Sure.
I think all of that is going to play in very, very strongly. So yeah, disruption is, I think, it's good for everyone. I think it's very important. And if for a moment I take India out and I keep the title of this meeting, of this conversation to BPM, I think BPM, whether India avails the advantage or not is a subsequent thing. But BPM as an industry will embrace this advantage like anything.
Okay. Thanks for bringing that view, Rohit. Manoj, we're hearing constant themes saying that how disruption can happen and some of the technology which will enable it. And Rohit brought in a point in terms of how today with the cloud, apparently everything is on cloud. It's making it easier the stickiness to go away, the standards to be followed upon. Is that what you are seeing with your customers? Is that what you are making yourself ready to provide the experience to your customers? And how is this entire customer experience process changing with the new adoption of the technology?
Sure. So what we are seeing is that the customers, when they're coming to us, they're not really asking, okay, do I want cloud? Do I not want cloud? This is a kind of solution. They are actually asking us to deliver outcomes. And the way you deliver outcomes is you're going with the domain knowledge and you're going with a bouquet of services. With HCL, where we have advantage of, we have a very large infrastructure service, we have software business, and we have BPO business. So when we go to market, we kind of bundle all these services, and then we go and we bring in our vertical domain expertise, and then we go with the total solution. Now, as we are providing those solutions, we're always obviously looking at how do we innovate, how do we deliver superior value. So, and obviously in that, as we look through that, obviously we look at cloud as a huge enabler. So obviously we have a huge internal implementation of cloud, and we leverage across our multiple lines of businesses and help them accelerate, because we work largely in a project-centric environment where the demand is quite variable, and we are able to spread that demand across multiple customer, multiple projects, and get a superior ROI. But that's just from a back-end perspective. What really from a customer perspective, it's an accelerator. Everything which you ask, you're able to deliver, you're able to provision. The variability of the demand, you're able to cater to it, and you're able to deliver at a you're able to deliver it efficiently.
Sure. Thanks, Manoj, for bringing that point. I think the theme which is very clearly emerging, saying that it's more outcome-oriented rather than how do you make it happen, and it's a combination of the consulting skills or end-to-end view which needs to emerge. And Sanjeev, I just want to bring that back to you, saying that we heard analytics, and one of the key themes which is emerging is saying how analytics can make that happen in terms of the way we provide services and the way we want to add value to the customers.
When I look at it, there is a huge transformation happening. And are we really organizing ourselves really to be able to meet that need? But do we have people who think differently? Do we have people who think innovation? I think that's extremely important, that once we bring into the company, that'll change. It leads to the question that Atul asked me, about how do you look at big data and analytics, really whether it's disrupting. I truly believe it is. I think that the granularity of insight which you're getting today, and the ability then to help your customers drive growth is tremendous. Yeah. So the concepts are really emerging. I think kind of services are changing, and I think it will truly add value to our customer, and we can't miss it.
So are you saying, Sanjeev, it's proactively you as a service providers are already taking this out to your customers at this point of time? Is that kind of a transition happening? We are creating the platforms.
Right. We are creating the insight mechanism so that we can go to our customers with this.
Okay.